Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Bite and Hold, playing as the OKW forces in the blue.
Grenadier are on the line.
Yes, they are. And on the red side, we're gonna have Mr. TwistedTootsy playing as the US forces in the aforementioned red. So I caught this game live, you know, one of those live replay thing kind of things, watch live, whatever. And yeah, I decided to save it and give it a cast. I didn't watch it, I just saw both of these were playing, and I wanted to cast it. Anyways, we see Mr. Tootsie going for his Doctrine right off the bat, and that is the Mechanized company. We don't see this too often, which is, you know, unfortunate, but it's fine. We do have, of course, access to the Dodge, right? The military truck, which hopefully we'll see. Yep, there it is. Nice. So I haven't had too much chance to see this in the past and such, because nobody seemed to use it a lot. This is the other option for the U.S. forces to, wow, that's loud, to hunt down cloaked and sniper units, right? So, not gonna really help out against the OKW, but still, it's able to push and such, so it's nice having a vehicle early on. Wow. Wow, they actually killed it pretty fast. So yeah, we see TwistedTootsy laying down some tank traps with his rear echelon squads as they try to, oof, that's just gonna wreck that. Oh, that is a very, very bad. Oh, jeez. Biden Hold losing his Storm Pilot squad very early on. The power of the Dodge truck. It is a clown car as well, as you can put a squad inside of it. As we see the rifles up there, just able to provide so much fire support, and jeez. So Volk's Grenadier squad down south, also getting pushed away by the rifles. The truck also moving up to try to engage it. Gonna be able to get some kills off on it, but not gonna kill the squad completely. But anyways, we were seeing Tootsie just laying down some tank traps. You don't lay them down because, you know, you want to stop vehicles, even though they do. This is more for the heavy cover that they actually provide, because that's how they roll.
Boys, you ready to roll out? Points out.
Huh.
Crank it up.
Oh, never mind. Okay, I saw now. I was like, were the rifles actually repairing the truck? No, of course, this is the U.S. forces. The crew can just pop out and repair. Jeez. I got confused a little bit there. Tootsie going for a sneaky little maneuver. They're going to be wiring off this approach, so that makes it so that the troops do have to go around and can't cut through here. This approach I don't think was open previously, or, well, originally. This got added into all the changes that the map has suffered throughout time. Rifle squads inside the truck. Oh, nasty shot goes by from the Rakuten Warfare. A nice decision there by Biden Hold, clearing out the vehicle. However, the rifles seemingly unaffected just pop out of the vehicle and are still opening up on the Volk's Grenadier squad. Volk's Grenadier squad taking quite a bit of damage, down to 2 men. Maybe actually getting cleared out here. The rifles are going to try and focus it down on the retreat. Can they actually pick up the kill? No, they cannot. Now they need to retreat themselves, or they're going to get themselves killed. And they seem to just sit there, and they're going to get themselves killed. Unfortunate there for Tootsie. So while giving himself a nice little lead there as the Storm Pilot squad got killed, manages to get 2 of his units killed in quick succession, and even potentially losing a rear echelon squad. Can it actually make it out of there? The Volk's Grenadiers are trying to focus it down. It is a decently healthy 1-man, so it seems like it's going to be able to make it out of there alive. Biden Hold selects his own doctrine. That is the Scavenge doctrine, which he calls in a Jaeger light infantry squad to support here. Where did it get called in? I think up on the top. Yeah, over here, forcing the retreat of that rifle squad. So yeah, I mean, Tootsie seemed to be basically throwing away the lead that he had. He now lost a rifle squad and a truck very quick succession. Does call in a an M3 half-track, which comes equipped with a engineer squad. Assault engineers, if I'm not mistaken.
We're losing a capture point. Boys, you ready to roll out?
Yeah, it's an interesting doctrine. We don't see it used a lot. I mean, it also has a withdraw and refit, so you can basically just get rid of vehicles and get fuel for them if you don't need them. So, you know, kind of, I suppose, intended for the dodge, I guess. You know, if it goes into the late game and it becomes useless, just withdraw it and get a little bit of fuel back. So the engineers inside getting equipped with flamethrowers, making it a even deadlier clown car. So seems like this doctrine is really just clown cars. Clown car early game, clown car later mid games, you know. Back at the Warfare, moving stealthily up to the north, going to be seeing if it can maybe critically kill the half-track. Does not manage to do so, managed to get a good hit on it, however. Potentially clearing it off, the assault engineers are able to pop out. And they do have their flamethrowers. The vehicle crew will be dealing with the half-track, though, as they cap the points, so, you know.
A capture point is being overrun.
One of the perks of being a U.S. forces. Which is why I got pissed off a little bit. I remember, I don't even remember which unit it was, but they made it. I remember that some vehicle got made so that it can't actually decrew anymore. What was it? Trying to remember. Can't though. The what was it? Pretty sure it's like a Doctrine type of vehicle. Was it the the Calliope? Calliope, whatever you want to call it. I think that might be it, right? I think they made it so that it can't be decrewed, you know, and I think it was to like avoid the bugs that happen because of vehicle decrewing and crewing or something like that. But I mean, it just seemed like a shitty thing to do rather than trying to fix the code that is causing the problem. Just, oh, well, let's just make it so that they can't decrew the vehicle, which just sucks. But anyways, so fighting all over the place. Rifles down south, forcing away a Volksgrenadier squad as another one moves up. Up in the north, we have Volksgrenadiers capturing territory with the Jaeger light infantry providing some support. Grenades flying at these rifles. One grenade managing to impact a good hit. However, the Jaeger light infantry, well, they're light infantry, so they're down to 2 men. Going to be quickly killed or forced to retreat. We also have the half-track up in the north with its flamethrower engineers, which could spell doom here to these Volksgrenadiers. Jaeger light infantry, though, getting killed off on the retreat by the rifles, as the Volksgrenadier squad is currently turning tail and running. The Rocket the Warfare going to be trying to get a good shot there, and manages to get a good shot at the front of that half-track. However, it is now being assaulted by the flames and everything else. Going to be forced to retreat, but can it actually make it out of there? Flamethrower burst going off, down to 2 men. Looks like it's barely going to be able to make it out of there. And the half-track survives. The rifles up in the north are going to be capturing more territory, as it's pretty much in control for Tootsie right now. We see tech going down as the captain is getting researched for Tootsie, so he'll be able to call in some additional vehicles and have some anti-vehicle support of himself. And we see the hilarious Lay now on the field. Infantry support gun. It has been fixed though, you know, so it shouldn't be running around the field at ridiculous speeds anymore. Taking some shots into the rifles in the center, so that's actually problematic there for these rifles. Could potentially get cleared out in one shot. Oof, the tank absorbs the hit, so they are lucky to be alive. The Volksgrenadier squad, though, does get caught on the retreat. However, the one man seems to be able to make it out of there, as the burning man manages to distract, drawing and pulling the icon of the squad with it. And it allows that one man to actually make it out of there, so he sacrificed himself for the greater good. Rifle squad in the center, though, does get pushed away by the artillery gun and the Volksgrenadiers, down to 1 man. Barely makes it out of there, but it makes it out of there, so no harm, no foul. Down south, more Volksgrens just capturing all over the place. Bidenhold seemingly having units everywhere, even though he only has 4 capping units. Whew, what died? What died? Rifle squad? Maybe? I'll see if I can catch it later.
We're losing a capture point.
So anyways, the half-track down south, clown car, trying to chase down that Volksgren squad, manages to not do so effectively. allowing it to stay alive. Captain now on the field trying to push forward with the bazookas in tow. Manages to force the retreat of the Volksgren squad, not before they decap the point and cut off the resources. And we have Jaeger light infantry, the infantry support gun, and more Volks capping around in the northern side of the map. Center map, Volksgrens and the Raketenwerfer moving back. As we do see stewards now coming into play for Mr. Tootsie. Gonna be building 2 at a time, as he did have a lot of resources there that needed spending, so. With only 1 Raketenwerfer on the field and 1 Shrek, that's going to be very difficult for Biden Hold to stop. Tootsie seems to be playing very aggressively, especially with all these clown cars and such. So the Raketenwerfer turning itself around as it's cloaking, moving up to the north, going to be trying to provide support against these vehicles. We'll be able to get a good shot. That gets a good shot going on that steward. The steward's going to be trying to move off range as the half-track moves back. Half-track takes a shot. Main gun is destroyed, even though the gunner is still there and still shooting. So I don't know what it destroyed. And the vehicles make it out of there alive, so they'll be able to come back very quickly into the battlefield. Volksgrenadiers pushing into the northern side munitions point as it tries to get decapped there by these rifles. None of them actually go to try and stop the points. One of them getting into the shack, the other one keeping heavy cover. As the captain also moves up. We do have a second steward coming onto the field. It's going to be going up to the north. Everybody going to be focusing on the same location, it seems as. Could have actually gone for a little bit of a flank, I suppose, but I guess it didn't want to. And the Volksgrenadier squad forced to retreat down to 1 man as the flamethrowers take its toll. Steward up in the north, still getting repaired. The Raketenwerfer moving up, potentially trying to see if they can maybe snipe and kill the steward. Rifles holding their ground against the continuous shots of the infantry support gun. Shrek's flying at the half-track. The half-track taking some damage, going to be forced to back off as well. And the rifles are getting reinforced by the half-track because remember, I mean, it's still a half-track. It does have that ability, which is also really, really nice. Raketenwerfer getting cleared out up in the north by the stewards. Volksgrenadier is going to be moving up to engage the stewards. However, 2 stewards at a time, that makes it a very difficult thing for them to deal with. It seems, though, as they might actually be able to clear 1. It's very low in health. Stay there a little bit too long. Shot flies from the Shrek. Oh, it misses wildly, and the Volksgrenadier squad is forced to retreat. This is not going very well for Biden Hold. He does get another Raketenwerfer called onto the field. Has more Shreks equipped, so he's trying as best he can to stop. But oh my god, he also called in a supply half-track, which is going to get destroyed. And remember, for the OKW, the supply half-track is now a call-in unit. It does cost you fuel. And if you lose that, that's bad. That's very bad. Wait, this side. No, this side. There you go. How much is it? It's only 15, so, you know, not bad. But still, it hurts. Whereas before it was free. So Raketenwerfer managed to get recovered there by Mr. Biden Hold, desperately trying to hold the line and maybe bite it. As the stewards stay alive and the half-track also alive is getting repaired up in the center of the field. So, like I said, TwistedTootsy doing a very good job at being very aggressive, and Biden Hold not having too much luck here at trying to secure anything. Does have the battle group headquarters. That's about it. Flamethrowers. Oh, nasty shot there. The half-track finally goes down for Tootsie. Almost clears out its assault engineer squad down to 1 man, but barely makes it out of there. Captain is nearby. Did it hit a mine or did it get hit by something? I don't know. It doesn't actually matter too much. There's a Raketenwerfer nearby, so it could have easily shot it. Stewards moving up to the north, going to be moving themselves past the arc of fire of that 1 Raketenwerfer. Second Raketenwerfer manages to get a good shot going on that steward, as the steward just keeps shooting the retreating men. Second shot flies from the Raketenwerfer in the south and clears out the steward. So TwistedTootsy now suffering the consequences of being overly aggressive. Going to be able to make it out of there with 1 of his stewards. However, the Raketenwerfer left on the field is not going to fall, and that means Biden Hold doesn't even need to replace it. So that is gonna cost him, I suppose, in the long run. So we'll see here who wins this war of attrition. 463 to 371, currently in the lead for Bite and Hold. As seems to be more focused and engaged on killing Biden holds units with sweeping maneuvers rather than trying to hold his ground in a controlled territory. Still doing a good job at controlling a lot of territory, though, as he moves around and caps in the meantime. Volksgrenadier is going to be moving south for Biden to hold.
Our supply line just got cut off.
To try and Biden hold.
Losing a capture point.
And yeah, even the Rakuten Warfare getting thrown into the mix to try and cap. There's not a lot of anti-infantry on the field for Biden hold, however, so right now for TwistedTootsy, he can just simply push with his infantry. The infantry support gun is a threat, but as long as he keeps moving, it shouldn't really be hitting anything. Jaeger light infantry, though, are pretty good at providing support against infantry. So yeah, for example, right there, that infantry support gun nails a good shot there on those combat engineers, or assault engineers. But the Panzer headquarters has gone down and is online up in the north, covering half of the field, which is pretty much all of it, and the flank and sector up in the north. So TwistedTootsy is going to have to change his attack vector, I suppose, if he wants to inflict a lot of damage. Volksgrenadiers down south are forced to retreat as they get assaulted by the Steward, which is still alive. Managed to keep himself in the game. And it looks like TwistedTootsy might be slowing down as far as his tactics goes. We do see the ambulance now on the field, which is not currently there. Where is it? Oh, over here, out there. With the Major out as well, providing a forward retreat spot and also access to additional tags. So I'm assuming at this point he's probably going to be turning his sights towards the Shermans and trying to get up like that. So Rakuten Warfare getting a good shot going on the Steward as the Steward moves out of the way. Trying to catch those Jaeger light infantry, manages to get one more man, but is forced to retreat. And the battlefield grows silent as neither side is currently engaging. We do have some rifles in the center currently guarding, and we see some troops around in the north moving up, so engagements will be following relatively quickly. Not conscripts, riflemen down south trying to engage against these Volksgrens. We do see Biden hold going for the Scavenge Doctrine and selecting the Flak Panzer Ostwind onto the field. That's going to do a lot of work against everything that TwistedTootsy currently has. No AT gun on the field just yet, which even though that AT gun's still kind of rubbish. But even the Steward can't really do much against the Ostwind, and the Ostwind can do a lot against the Steward. So we see this going off right now as the Steward just moves the hell out of the way. Rifles, assault engineers, everything retreating. Currently going to be getting hit here by the Ostwind. The rifles up here are going to be capping the point and then probably retreating. The Steward decided to decrew there in a bit of a weird angle. His main gun shots really aren't able to penetrate the armor of the Ostwind. And we see Volksgrenadiers being utilized to cap down south as the rifles are also moving down to try to engage them. Captain with his bazooka is really the only threat here to the Ostwind. Not a big threat because it is of course an infantry squad which will get torn apart by the Ostwind. Still though, it's capable of dealing enough damage to it to bring it close to death and potentially have it be taken out by something else. Rifles and Volksgrenadiers engaging down south. The rifles having lost this engagement, they need to retreat, or they're just going to keep themselves on the field, keep getting shot, and just die. Maybe they're trying to find a different angle to retreat by, or they're just going for that victory point. Rifles in the center with the assault engineers providing some support. Nasty incendiary grenade landing right on top of the rifles. Down to one man, needs to retreat through the fire. Oh! A very risky maneuver. 2 men left on that rifle squad. Veteran C3 acquired. Standing right above an Ostwind. Not the best way to stay alive. Down goes the rifle squad for TwistedTootsy. And Biden hold just keeps fighting and holding. Sherman on the field now for Tootsie. As that is, like I said, what he was going to be going for. Takes a good shot there at the Ostwind. The Ostwind now caught in a very, very bad spot. Going to be trying to make its way out of there. Second shot flies. Oh, manages to hit the Ostwind. And the Ostwind goes up in a ball of flame. Rifle squad able to make it out of there as it did not get assaulted by the Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers moving seemingly back. And the assault engineers also able to provide some good amount of anti-infantry support there. As the Steward moves into the center. Doesn't really do anything. Captain up in the north capturing that victory points. Victory points 405, 316. Anybody's game, but still in the lead for Biden hold. 100-point lead. Sherman trying to catch a Racket and Warfer. Currently cloaked though, so it doesn't actually know where it is, so it's just simply going to move back and disengage. Stewart moving back and going to be getting reinforced here. Not reinforced, repaired by the crew. As Rifle Squad does get reinforced and healed up in the back. Assault Engineers moving themselves into a very bad spot, managing to get torn apart and down to one man. Racket and Warfer gets a good shot going on the Sherman. However, the Sherman, it's not a Stewart. It's not going to die to 2 shots of a Racket and Warfer, so it's able to move forward, then move back, and make it out of there with still half its health left. Volks Grenadiers move up. Nice incendiary grenade on top of the Rifle Squad. Forces it to move out of its current location. Captain going to be trying to provide support. The Captain does have the Tommy guns, so it's actually much better at close range. However, with the support of a Storm Pile Squad now, oof, Rifle Squad goes down on the retreat. And Tootsie just keeps losing men left and right all over the place. Racket and Warfer currently looking at a Sherman. No, not Sherman, a Stewart. But there is a Rifle Squad nearby capturing that center victory point. Jaeger Light Infantry going to be trying as best they can to get themselves inside the church. And they do. Stewart going to be trying as best they can to flush him out. As the Racket and Warfer just keeps getting shot there by the rifles. Manages to cloak itself again. Waving its arms in front of it saying, "You don't see nothing." And the rifles believe them and end up retreating. Sherman down south, now back to full strength. Up north, Volks Grenadiers, now veterancy 5. Nice veterancy on those Volks. It's easy to get with the Sherman, I suppose, because, I mean, with the Shrek, because hitting vehicles does a lot of damage. And the Sherman circles strafes the Racket and Warfer and clears it out. Decides, you know what, I'm just going to take a shot at it, destroy it, and force him to replace it. I'm just going to say repair it, but no, he can't repair it is what I'm trying to say. So he has to replace it now. But he still has another one and the Shrek, so as far as anti-vehicle goes, Biden hold seems to be in good shape. Assault Engineers up in the north, Veterans 3 having been acquired. What did they get? Unlocks repair critical ability, weapon fire and control under fire, and improves weapon accuracy. So, okay, so they're better at fighting. Which, to be fair, they're already pretty good. The SMGs, the grease guns that they have, they're able to close the distance and do a lot of damage on top of troops. Rifles getting equipped with bars. And I'm just so popular, I keep getting messages all over the place. Grenade does go off there on the Assault Engineers. They get scared quickly and retreat. No real need for that, but where's the crew down south? Still defending. And is Biden hold doing anything? Well, he does have the Shredder Panzer headquarters, building himself some Obersoldaten. Seemingly not wanting to build any vehicles anymore, which is interesting. And the Stewart keeps getting shot in the ass with Shreks as it tries to flush out that Volksgren squad, not managing to do so quite well. However, the Sherman does pop its shot into the house, manages to get a kill there, and now the Volksgren squad needs to retreat. Sherman, though, needs to turn its gun as the troops are able to just simply face through it and decides, well, I guess at this point it's my time to get the hell out of there. Vehicle crew popping out, trying to repair that Stewart. The Sherman going to be backing off and trying to do the same. Yep, Volks Grenadiers should be able to get in range, however, so this is a very risky maneuver here for Mr. TwistedTootsy. The crews, if you lose too many members of your crew, you can't actually crew the vehicle, which is something you always have to keep in mind. You need 3 minimum, I believe, to be able to crew a vehicle, so if your vehicle crew gets shot at and, you know, loses too many men, you can't pop it inside and recrew the vehicle, and basically you're just giving your opponent a free vehicle, even if your squad hasn't gotten killed completely. So. Your Echelon squad did get replaced for TwistedTootsy as he wanted to have sweepers on the field, it looks like, and also bazookas. That's also a good thing to have. We do see a Panzer IV getting built for Bite and Hold. See it right there. The Alps J. And we see one of the bazookas actually getting dropped by that squad. Or was it dropped by the captain's squad? Nope. Storm Pyos do go for the steal on the bazooka, getting themselves right on top of the captain and a BART-equipped rifle squad. Manages to make it out of there with a bazooka in tow, so that's a nice little pickup there for Biden Hold. The Sherman and the Steward still managed to... oh, that was nasty. Shots flying in all directions here as... Huh, interesting. This squad actually has 2, so yeah, 3 Shreks fly in the direction of that Steward, managing to inflict a lot of damage, almost killing the Steward completely, but it manages to make it out of there alive. So the Panzer IV, this one comes equipped with the armored skirts by default. Not sure if that means different stats, but, you know, at least it looks different. Looks pretty cool, especially the one on the side of the turrets. And, yeah, I'm going to be pushing away those assault engineers. Down south, the Sherman is still on the hunt for these Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers going to try and get crushed here. Nope. Quick force retreat there by the Sherman. Does manage to get a good shot going there and kill 2 of the members. Going to take another shot. There goes another member. And the 2 remaining men will make it out of there alive. However, the Sherman will pop its crew, get repairs going, and cap the point again. So nice control there by TwistedTootsy as he just holds. Second Sherman on the field for TwistedTootsy, so he is building himself up quite a force of tanks, vehicles. Captain being assaulted up in the north, forced to quickly retreat, not having too much of a choice here to do anything. We do have bar-equipped rifles nearby, and everybody retreating into the center, able to repair and heal up and reinforce quickly, which is always a good thing. A little bit of a lull in the fight. Sherman coming up for a bit of a flank on the Panzer IV. Panzer IV taking the shot to the ass, returning fire and managing to get a good penetration through the frontal armor. Assault engineers getting right on top of that Raketenwerfer. Raketenwerfer getting torn to shreds here, maybe getting cleared out. Flamethrower bursts continue to go off. Can they actually clear it out? No, it looks like it's barely going to make it out of there. Obersoldaten with their LMGs, captains behind with their bazookas, and Volksgrenadiers with their Shreks in the center. Barely managing to make it out of there. Second Volksgrenadier squad with Shreks moving into the church. Church taking some massive shots here by the bazookas and the explosive rounds of the Sherman. Sherman going to be trying to move out of the way. Shots continue to fly. Takes another shot to the front, but manages to make it out of there. Volksgrenadiers continue to push forward as they're trying to go for the kill on the Sherman. No, realizing there's infantry in the way, we can't really do that. And away they go. A bazooka getting cleared up in the north as it looks like a rifle squad got cleared. Obersoldaten managing to pick themselves up a bazooka themselves. No, that's actually still there. Storm Pile is going to go for a second bazooka. Wow. So these guys have 2 bazookas equipped. Well, 2 Storm Pile squads, 2 bazookas. Not each, but, you know, still. Jeez. Infantry support gun realizing exactly where everything is. Getting some shots going as the Major moves out of the way and tries to reposition itself. Shots just continue to fly into the sector. He needs to reposition it a little bit more because the infantry support gun is not going to stop shooting into that location. Raketenwerfer getting cleared out as the Sherman moves up, but with so many bazookas and everything going around, just gets itself cleared out. TwistedTootsy does call in a artillery barrage right on top of the location. However, moves a Steward into the location, which basically ends up getting it shot, and one of his Shermans goes down in a ball of flame to Raketenwerfers and Shreks. However, even with that, he still has 2 Shermans on the field, so he just keeps building them and keeps massing them up. The second Sherman moves up, going for some crushing on these Volksgrenadiers. Manages to get the crush of an entire squad, clearing out 1 squad of Volksgrenadiers, removing that veterancy from the field for Bite and Hold. And the Sherman deciding, yeah, I did enough. Got my vehicle crew vetted up, and I got 1 veterancy myself. I'll call that a win.
Close it up.
284 to 297, pretty goddamn even if I say so myself.
Howitzers are prepped and
Volksgrenadier is going to be continuing to push on the right-hand side. The church has taken massive amounts of damage and has lost essentially a whole face of the structure. A little bit more damage on this side, and it will collapse relatively soon. Volksgrenadier is going to be moving up. They're trying to position themselves to be able to kill the Sherman. Sherman does get crewed, manages to take a shot at the Volksgrenadiers, and the rear echelon squad with a clutch move, managing to get themselves inside the house, denying it to the Volksgrenadiers and forcing them to be retreated. And now getting chased down by the Sherman. Is there anything to stop the Sherman from just chasing it all the way back home? Not really, but it is going to, no, it is going to try. I thought it was going to stop. Bracketenwerfer moving up a little bit too much. Going to be getting assaulted here by the Steward. Gets cleared out a little bit, or, oh, vision gets blocked there by the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is unable to return fire too effectively. Shreks are going to be hitting the Steward as the second Sherman moves up to get some additional shots. Bracketenwerfer forced to retreat. We see some smoke getting popped on top of the Panzer IV, breaking its line of sight, also calling in an artillery barrage right on top of the Panzer IV. A brilliant move there by TwistedTootsy, popping his own smoke, making sure that the tank can't see and shoot, and then throwing artillery barrage on top of it, destroying it in one fell swoop, and even keeping one of his Shermans alive with a sliver of health. That was very, very nicely done by TwistedTootsy. Biden-Holt going to be laying down some mines in the center as he has to lick his wounds and replace his losses. He did manage to keep... No, well, he does. I mean, the Bracketenwerfer got cleared out, but it's still there on the field, so he can recover it. Too far out there for TwistedTootsy to be able to kill it. However, he did, like I said, he didn't move enough. He just kept it there. The ambulance got cleared out, and the Major even took a little bit of damage. Major's still alive, though, so, you know, it's not too bad, but could have been better. So, all the tanks back at base. We see Veterancy 3 acquired on that Steward. What does it get at Veterancy? Greater sight range, accuracy and rate of fire, and it's just able to maneuver a little bit easier. So yeah, shoe mines getting laid down all over the place for Biden-Holt, trying to secure the territory, as he does currently have 2 victory points in his possession, 284 to 259, currently in the lead, or in the favor of Biden-Holt. Not a big lead, only about 30 points, but still, you know, those can be the difference at the end, so we'll see how it pans out. Getting everything repaired, reinforced, moving back out, 56 to 57 pop cap, so both sides pretty even. TwistedTootsy managing to equalize it essentially with that fell swoop, managing to kill that Panzer IV, clear out a little bit more, so he should be feeling rather good. I mean, of course, he can requisition another one, Panzer IV, even a Panther if he wanted to. He decides to go for the Panther. Okay, so Panther coming into play. Not a bad decision considering the sheer amount of Shermans. Shermans do have a difficult time handling Panthers. But I mean, he does have Shreks and bazookas, so doesn't necessarily need it, but yeah, I mean, it's still a good choice because, like you see here, the Shermans are just able to rip his infantry to pieces. Bracketenwerfer getting cleared out, veteran squad being cleared out as well, so no more Veterancy 5 for Biden-Holt. Puts him in a very, very tough spot to come back from, actually. And his pop cap is down to 36 currently with the wiping off of that squad. And the Bracketenwerfer. Bracketenwerfer now on the field. The Obersoldaten could go to pick it up. However, I don't think they want to. Steward up in the north. Going to be assaulted by a Shrek squad. But, ooh, they actually have a bar. Ah, okay. So, yeah, that's what died. Rifle squad with the bar. Which is fine. I don't think it's that important to know when it happened. And, yeah. So, Sherman's pushing straight through the center. The Steward currently up in the north. And the Major even being utilized to cap as they realize that they can't really do too much. So Panther making itself known as a Sherman runs straight into it. Doesn't get shot by it, so it just backs the hell off as it realizes, oh, that's a Panther. That I can't really kill. I mean, with enough Shermans, sure, you can overwhelm them, but doesn't have enough Shermans just yet. So yeah, you can see there the difference. Sherman takes a shot to the frontal armor, does not penetrate the Panther. Gets shot back in return, and the Panther just pierces that armor easily and manages to inflict a lot of damage. Something getting called in that flew over. I'm assuming probably the major, maybe? I don't know.
We just lost a unit.
Something died.
Nuts. We got orders coming.
A bazooka rifle squad died. Okay. That is a-okay. So the game going pretty long, longer than I would have expected, but still pretty good so far. Both players just slug fight, basically duking it out, taking losses left and right. Sherman's still on the field. We do see a Jackson getting built for TwistedTootsy, so yeah. Realizing, yeah, I can't really deal with that Panther with what I have, so I need something a little bit better. Sherman's moving up to engage the sheer amount of infantry. They're going to go for some crush. Nice crush. Oh! Clearing out an entire Obersoldaten squad, I believe. I think there were two, or was it just one? No, it wasn't an Obersoldaten squad, so it may have been a Volksgren squad. Stormpio squad?
Capture point is being
That
overrun.
seems like a Stormpio squad.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
Well, whatever it was, it's now paced on the battlefield as it got crushed by the Shermans. Sherman's managing to make it out of there. And, yeah, TwistedTootsy just not letting up and being quite punishing to bite and hold. So out of the map, we do see a supply hafter coming down. That could only be a Mechanized Regiment headquarters. Not sure if he wants anything from that or if he's trying to go for the King Tiger, but, I mean, resource-wise, I don't think he has... I mean, obviously I know he doesn't have enough, but I don't think he's going to have enough in a long time for that to be the case, so... I wonder what the move is here for Biden hold. He can obviously have a mobile or a forward repair station, you know, without needing to have the Stormpios. But is that enough? I don't know. Stewart moves through the center, gets shot by everything in the ass. Takes a lot of damage and is just forced to move back. Rifles and rear echelons pushing into the center. The assault engineers pushing forward as well. Down to 2 men. This 2 guys over here got stuck on the battlefield between the things, so kind of guarantees that the squad doesn't die. But in a sneaky maneuver, we see TwistedTootsy moving through the edge of the map and coming up behind on the field, and is going to be clearing out the retreating troops and maybe even the trucks. The Panther is still sitting there in the center, not wanting to retreat. It is currently damaged significantly, so it really can't. It would expose itself too much to be killed. Shermans just continue to shoot explosive rounds at the battle group headquarters, and the battle group headquarters may be going down. The Jackson also being brought up over on the left-hand side to try to provide some support. The Racket the Warfare being brought up to try and deal with this, with the enemy. We see a artillery barrage getting called in onto the battle group headquarters. Battle group headquarters is going to be taking some damage, but not too much, I don't think. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, it's a significant amount. Could actually be taken out quickly in a couple of extra shots here. The Panther moving forward, going to be getting repaired by those automated infantry. The Volksgrenadiers actually have a bar equipped on them, which we already knew, but they look pretty cool with it. And we see the Steward moving around back. Geez, we see yet another Sherman getting brought onto the field as the infantry for TwistedTootsy just got plummeted to dangerous levels. No rear echelons left. Has the Major on the field, which is currently being moved around just to cap. A rifle squad with bazookas and the assault engineers, so difficult for TwistedTootsy to actually take any territory. So Biden hold currently holding with 264 and bleeding it, making it more in its direction. We see a recon flight getting called in by the Major. We seldom see the abilities be used. Maybe more so nowadays. They might be used more, but early on nobody really used those abilities. Which is unfortunate. I mean, I understand that you don't want to waste the 120 on the rapid barrage. You'd rather have something like this and spend a little bit more, but it's still there. It's still available. And at the very least, like he did, the recon flight, that's, you know, pretty solid. So the tanks moving down south. Looks like they're going to go and try and finish the job at the base. The Volksgrenadiers are currently retreating, but they can't retreat that far. They're right there at the base, going to get shot by the explosive round, but the Sherman is still there. Takes a shot to the rear, takes a second shot to the rear, and almost gets cleared out. Panther will be able to clear it out. However, there is a Jackson there in the way. Jackson returns fire, does a little bit of damage, not too much though, but it does need to back off now as the Jackson can easily penetrate that armor. Major being utilized to try and run interference. The Sherman popping out and trying to see if it can make its way out of there. Two more Shermans moving in to provide some additional fire support. The crew pops out as the Volksgrenadiers are going to go for the steal. They're going to go for the steal. No, they actually lose the number of men that they need. Like I said, you need more men than that, and they do not manage to capture the Sherman, and the Sherman manages to make it out of there. Panther goes down to the sheer amount of fire here as the Sherman does get taken out by the Volksgrenadiers and the Raketenwerfer. But over here on the left-hand side, we do have two Shermans still holding strong and able to shoot at the base HQ. The Jackson did get taken out, but like I said, the Panther got taken out as well. More Raketenwerfer getting called onto the field. The battle group headquarters does go down, denying the infantry any ability to heal up. Shot flies, down goes a Shrek squad. Down goes the Raketenwerfer. Jeez, TwistedTootsy. Doing a bit of a gamble as he tries to, go for this and clear out the base. Seemingly paying off, however, as he does manage to clear out and do a lot of damage, getting rid of the infantry, getting rid of everything. Raketenwerfer on the field, trying as best it can to deal with these intruders. Going to be getting another shot off on that Sherman. Sherman very low in health, but the Raketenwerfer is now getting circle strafed. Down it goes. And the base sector HQs aren't really going to be able to do too much against these guys. In the center, we do have a Stewart just moving around, being a pain in the ass. Jaeger Light Infantry forced to retreat. Going to be retreating into a hell of a location. And, jeez. Down it goes. Not even able to finish the retreat. Major in the center, going to be running into Obersoldaten. The Major does have Veterancy 3 acquired. It gets Veterancy very, very quickly and also through osmosis. Proximity is what I'm trying to say. And, yeah, we see a Panzer IV getting called onto the field for Bidenholt. Going to be trying to see if he can maybe withstand with that, but it seems unlikely. The Raketenwerfers were left on the field there by TwistedTootsy, which I believe is a mistake, but he did want to repair his tanks before he did anything, so I understand it would have been a little bit of a bigger risk if he just stays there on the field and tries to deal with that. Still, though, Bidenholt doesn't really have anything as far as infantry goes. Has one Obersoldaten that can recrew, and that's it. Calls in a Volksgrenadier squad, which will do the trick. But now his Mechanized Regiment headquarters in the center is just getting assaulted. As the point's still bleeding, though, for TwistedTootsy, so he needs to deal with that quickly. Obersoldaten laying booby traps up in the northern point, which is a nice thing to do. And Panzer IV comes into the field, takes a shot, misses the Steward, and the Steward is going to move the hell out of the way. We do have Shermans. Shermans back online. We do have more Shermans, 3 Shermans in total. That Panzer IV is going to have a very, very, very uphill battle to try and contend with this. Raketenwerfer does get recruited there by these Volksgrenadiers. Volksgrenadiers getting reinforced. Going to be getting themselves another Raketenwerfer on the field and continuing to reinforce themselves. Shermans move up, going to be punishing the Raketenwerfer as it got reinforced. Gets it cleared out quickly. Volksgrenadier squad going to get cleared out as well. Down to 1 man. Shots flying. One Raketenwerfer trying to turn its sights on the Shermans. Unable to do too much. Raketenwerfer does get destroyed with the splash damage here as these Shermans do what they can. Steward moving up behind this Raketenwerfer trying to clear it out. Panzer IV now getting assaulted over on the right-hand side by one of the Shermans. The Shermans still holding strong. The Volksgrenadiers over here playing ring around the HQ, managing to avoid, death for a little while. Stewart getting shot at as the Panzer IV is duking it out against both of these tanks. Up in the north, Major and the Engineers retreating as they are the only infantry fighting, and they have to fight against the Obersoldaten. But with the Shermans and everything just shooting at them, these Obersoldatens fall. HQ goes down, and the Panzer IV now focuses the entire rage of everybody. Bischen blocked by the Stewart on the Panzer IV. Stewart deciding, you know what, in the meantime, I'm just going to clear these Blackened Warfers, making sure that they are no threat to us. Shredder Panzer headquarters doing its best it can to shoot at the vehicles. The Panzer IV is just playing ring around the lumber yard. Doesn't really have much that it can do. Its main gun has been destroyed. Gets shot in the rear. Down it goes, and with that, any hope that Weidenhold may have had, which wasn't really much. The Shredder Panzer headquarters shoots. Shots fly at the distance, trying to clear out the vehicle, which they actually do significant amount of damage to the Steward as the storm pilots get onto the field. Sync error is detected as Weidenhold throws in the towel, and the game comes to a close. Very aggressive play here by TwistedTootsy. I gotta say, I was quite happy with that one. So anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.